Sport has had an incredible influence on several important facets of life over the ages, and continues to play a very important role in the modern world today. Many people discount the role sport plays in people's lives, when in fact it has phenomenal influence on individuals and groups alike. The following video is about the sociological nature of sport, and will explore the major aspects of sport. Firstly, we shall address sport as a means of fitness, and briefly discuss injury mitigation and obesity. Then we shall talk about sport as a culture, its importance in Australian life, and the participation of different people in sport. Lastly, we shall evaluate the role gender plays in regards to sport.
When doing sports, people wear protectors, sports suits, sports shoes, and other sportswear or equipment, which are specially designed for sports in order to minimize the possibility of getting injured. Another way to minimize injury is to do some warm-up before starting the exercise. For instance, stretches, jumping, bending, etc. And also, due to the changes in dietary structure, people are getting easier to gain weight. Therefore, obesity becomes a concern to a large group of people. Therefore, people doing sports aim at keeping fit.
Let's talk about gender and sports. Men and women can both play sports, but on the big stage, men's sports gets more money and a big crowd. For women to be able to afford to attend tournaments, they often have to work a part-time job as well, meaning they don't get as much time as practice. Sponsors often like the men's game more, and usually women have access to worse facilities. Women either have to adopt male behaviors in sports to play a big role, or use their body to pose for photos of the field and become famous for their looks as opposed to their sporty talents. All this despite the fact that in some sports, the women are far more successful in countries than men.
In regards to sport and culture, Australia has a rich sporting culture, and this is reflected by both our large spectator numbers for sports like soccer, AFL, sometimes rugby, but also participation. Sport events like the State of Origin, the Melbourne Cup, and the Olympics often gather hundreds of thousands of viewers and bring the country together as one. As a nation, we tend to make our sports people idols, with Don Bradman boosting national pride during the Great Depression, Stephen Bradbury being responsible for one of the best comeback stories in sport, and John Aloisi striking one of the most important goals in the history of soccer in this country. Sport, when not being watched, is also played by the masses, and provides an opportunity for people to get fit, as we already spoke about, but also socialise with friends and family, bring them together. Grassroots participation is helped in Australia by large investments from the government and local councils.